Guys, Baz here from Beckett Boy. Today we're going to be checking out Hybrid Grading Approach, HGA, and what they're doing at the moment, which is pretty phenomenal. We were able to get a submission in today for the first time. HGA is basically shaking the market up, especially with their labels. I mean, that's just like a game changer. I'm just going to run through their website so you can actually see it, but these guys are obviously, new kids on the block, but they're really making some ripples in the hobby. The best thing, I think, is investors and collectors are loving what they're doing. And obviously, if you look at their slabs, they jump out at you. They're really, there's nothing like them. They're very colorful, very, very colorful. And you see there's a lot of them now on eBay for sale and stuff like that. So I think this is definitely one of the most futuristic style grading companies. I think definitely they're set for big things. But the thing that stands out to me the most is I think they're definitely a modern age style approach. Very much so. Very colorful. Just like the modern day cards, the prisms and all the different color variations and so on. I think that is where these guys are really going to tackle that part of the market. Some pretty decent turnaround times and some competitive prices on their grading, and we'll jump into that in just a little bit. The problem initially was actually getting your submission into them because they have this queue system, and I was able to bypass that today, and I just went straight in and did a submission. I just did 3 cards because I was just curious to see how they'd come back. There's a mixture of old and new cards there that I did today, so but you can just see the color in these things, and they do their labels in a way that you can choose the different types and you can match it to your team's colors, which is really awesome. And some, you can see here they've got pictures up of sales and bidding prices and stuff like that. Show you that they are actually making some inroads in the marketplace as well on eBay, which is really cool. It is a very clean and easy to use website. We go to how to submit. Okay, so 7 steps. We are going to run through that today. We're going to run through the submission process, break it down. It is much similar to the others, only with the queue system that makes it a bit different. So I'll go ahead and log in. Okay, and it's alright, and if we go back, no, that doesn't work. You actually have to leave the same one open. So once you've logged in, you basically only get that chance there. You can't really peruse their website. So what I might do is go back over here just so we can have a look at some of the other things. That just shows you their turnaround times and obviously the different tiers that are available. Now I just did the $25 per card order. I'm not in really a rush to get them back, so this is just going to be PC stuff. I doubt I'll sell these. It was cards that I already owned, so I didn't really buy them specifically to do this submission. But I did choose cards that were really high in color because I think that's where HGA is the standout, is the labels. So I think if you're going to submit, the more color the better in your card, just to get that brightness out of your. If you want to do that, you can get some neutral options as well, but I'll show you that in a second. So you've got the 30 business days, which is 40. That's still a pretty good price. Very fast, 10 business days, 55 per card. Shows you the bulk options there as well. Fastest, 2 business days, $80 per card, and then you've got your bulk options. Okay, so this is the one here where they just slab. There are a few companies that do this now. I did a submission with Card Authority Australia. If you haven't seen that, jump onto the channel and check that out. They do a very similar thing where they color match. They don't grade, but they do something very similar to this. So $15 per card, and that's 1 to 20, and they have bulk options as well, which is really cool. That's 20 business days. That's just slabbing, not grading, so that's really cool. They do have a pop report. Okay, I'm not going to bother jumping through that, but you can look up different things, and you can see there by the years as well that people actually have been sending back some vintage stuff, which is really, really enticing, promising stuff. We'll jump across to grading, and it tells you their scale. So they've got a similar to SGC scale, where you've got two different levels of pristine, one flawless and one pristine mint. The gem mint at 9.5, the 9.0 mint, 8.5 to near mint to mint, 8.0 near mint to mint, 7.5 near mint, 7.0 near mint, and so on and so forth, right down the line there. So going on the feedback of some of the collectors and investors that have sent cards in, they are quite strict on their standards. It is difficult to bust into this top level, with a lot of people sending what they think is near perfect cards in and just hitting this second tier here. So to make it to the 9 plus, your cards have to be in pretty good nick. Let's have a look at the gallery. So right here you can actually see what the cards look like and the different sort of styles in the labels. You can choose a lot of different types. As you can see, these really colourful ones here, and some of them just jump out at you. You know, if you go down and you can see how they match the card is just fantastic. I think that's a standout feature. I mean, that's just, look at that. That's really, really great. Nice bright colours. Same with the Kaboom. Some of these ones really stand out. Also the Pokemon. If you've got Pokemon cards, that can be a really good chance to match labels with some of those cards being very, very colourful. Yeah, some of that's just phenomenal stuff. Cards we don't grade. Okay, so they don't do 2000 Upper Deck Kobe Bryant. And any of these ones here, they don't do 86 or 87. Okay, I understand. Too many fakes. But that's understandable. They're protecting themselves and their business, which is fantastic. We'll jump back over to my orders. So I've paid for this order this morning. Now you do have to queue up usually, so I had almost given up, and I thought I'll give this another shot today, and it let me just go straight in. You can go into open orders, you can view that. When you click it open, you can see my order down the bottom, what it is. You can also update your shipping, the packing instructions, print a packing slip, which I did. You have to do that and then include it with your submission. But it also gives you a chance to change the label choices over here. So now I've chosen to splash match the team, okay, and I've got a neutral one for the Versus series and the splash match. Now the different options here, you can choose custom. That's obviously upcharge, but you can neutral match card, team card, white, black, and the same with the splash. Now I just wanted to see what the splash ones to me look a little more special, so I just wanted to do that in order of what I was doing. I figure using a company like this is the best way to do it. So we'll just jump back down to the packing instructions, and this comes up at the end after you do the submission. So once you've put your cards in, it gives you the full rundown of what you need to do, which is basically how your cards should be sent anyway, and that's how I do it. We'll run into that in a second. But if we go back to create an order, I'll just dummy up an order just so we can see. Let's just do Michael Jordan, and we'll just choose this, whatever it is, and you can add the card. Now I'll just show you here. So I just typed that in and just chose the first thing that came up. You put in your declared value, and then you choose the label there, your quantity if you've got one or more. Now I didn't use the minimum grade. You've really got to be very, very experienced and even when you are, you can sometimes make mistakes on that. I've done that before with Beckett, where I've chose a high minimum grade and it's come back, and they give you sometimes a lot lower grade than what you're expecting as soon as you do that. So if you're declaring a minimum grade that's really high, basically what you're saying is my card's perfect and you need to put my card through the ringer. So that's what they'll do. They'll really go over it. They'll get multiple people to go right over it. So you need to be careful. It can bounce back in your face with that. So, choose the label, of course. Splash white. This is where you just put your details in. And I did choose insurance because it was only $1. Okay. Now they're going to charge my card for shipping when it comes back because you don't pay for that initially. And that is because everybody is sending it from different places. So mine's going to be an international shipping, so I'm expecting some sort of bill. But once you get to that, it's just another step. You add in your billing details, and then boom, and you're in. So, like I said, and then it'll open up to the packing and shipping, and where you can print off your packing label. Firstly, to clean these cards, now I'm going to use a microfiber. You can use some paper towel. Just make sure it's a nice and soft paper towel that you're using. We'll clean these up and then I'll show you exactly how to package them in order for a shipment. Okay, so first pull these out. I'm going to get all of them out so I can do them at the same time. Now, if you are getting them out of top loaders like this, best way is to just try and split on the side. See how it comes up? Just put a bit of pressure here and here. Sorry, grab the penny slip and pop that out. Now, since these are all fairly shiny cards, it should be easy to spot any sort of blemishes that are on the card. Now, this one is fairly tight, the sleeve, so I'm just going to use the lamp that I've got here and go underneath, and you just shine the different corners, and that's pretty good. That looks pretty good. I'll just check both sides. Now, the other alternative way that you can do the cleaning is to lay it down flat on the hard surface on some paper towel, and then you can just do it like that. I've gotten pretty good at this, and I can just hold on the side. You don't apply much pressure on the side, you just let it sort of sit in your fingers. Okay, if you're worried about sweat and all that sort of stuff, you can use gloves, although I find if I wash my hands before this and dry them properly, I've never had any issues. So we're just going to pop that. Just give that one more look. Just run the light all the way over. Alright, this is a pretty old card, this one. But the surface is still really good. I've had this card for a long, long time. I've actually got most of this Skybox set, and another video another time, but I've got the whole set of this, and I'll go through some of the sets that I've been collecting. And that was one of my favorites, the 93-94 Skybox Premium. First year they brought the Premium out, so it was really special. High gloss, same as this 93-94 Upper Deck, and that is one of the, you see that there? Yeah, the holograms. 3D standouts, this was a great series. They were really rare at the time, and if you opened a lot of Upper Deck, like I did, you'd be very familiar with these. And I've got quite a few of these as well. The Michael Jordan and the Scottie Pippen ones look really cool. Figured I'd send this one off. Alright, so they've been wiped down, and the next thing you're going to need is, well, I've got my card savers, and I'm just going to put these on the penny sleeves. Okay, these are really cool for whenever you're doing submissions. You can just put them on. Just makes it easier for the graders or the people who receive these cards and remove them. And I'll just show you what I do. Just get these, that one off, and just like that. And then we're gonna see, it's got creates a little tab where they can just pull it up. And we're just gonna pop these in the card savers. Okay, don't push down too far. If that's where it's going to stop, then that's where it's going to stop, and that's where I'm going to leave that one. Now you do have to package these and put them in the same order as the submission. Now, HGA are actually pretty good. It does say to not use any sticky tape and stuff like that when you're trying to get them in or to keep them sealed. Now, I always tell you guys never to do that anyway. I'm a big person on the rubber bands. I've had such bad experiences with tape where I've seen cards get just ripped in half, all the surface get taken off because people think that they're doing the right thing when they put 6,000 layers of sticky tape. And I've seen a person sticky tape across the top here, card slips out, and then you clean rip off some of the surface. And at that point the card is worthless no matter what it is. So I never use them. I've seen painter's tape. I've gotten cards come back that I've purchased and people use painter's tape. I've never had bad experiences with painter's tape. I must say it's a lot lighter and it's very easy to get off. It doesn't, that's not going to go in, so I'm going to bring that back out. Just not getting the right pathway down there. Just got to open that up. There it is. That'll do. Okay, so what order do I have? I've got, according to them, I did the Upper Deck 3D one, the O'Neill versus Ewing, and then the LaMelo Ball rookie at the end. That's our order. Okay. Now, the next piece of equipment is the cardboard. Okay, now just cutting up old boxes and things like that is really handy. I always keep the cardboard now because when I post out my orders, I get a lot of eBay orders. As some of you guys know, purchased off me, I always send my cards like that, and it's always rubber banded up. So I'll run through that now, which is just a few seconds. This is going international, so it's going to need some layers, but generally this should be fine. The other thing I'm going to do, okay, now that should be good. If you're a little bit anal and you're thinking that's not enough, well, you can just give it another go. Okay, now that's pretty tight. We might just do one more. What I'll do is, I've got my packing slip. I'll just fold that up here. Okay, now it does have the address on the packing slip. I'm going to get that off. I can get that off the website. What I'll do is I'll do one more rubber band with that around it. Actually, we'll do two. Okay, now that's our cardboard sandwich. We've got our cards safely inside card savers. They've been cleaned and now they are ready to ship off. Now, you've got that like that. The last thing I'm going to do is just wrap it up, and we're going to put that in some bubble wrap. just so it's very well protected. Now that's got quite some, some really good layers on that. I might do. That's not going to be big enough. Now I might actually have to get some. I'll fall on my word here and get some sticky tape, but it is only going to be on the bubble wrap, so just bear with me. I got some packaging tape here, and we are just going to lay some foundations. And I could have rubber banded that, but I have to find some really big rubber bands. Now that's our finished product. We've got the packaging tape with bubble wrap and the cardboard sandwich on the inside. Really excited about getting these ones back. When it comes back, we'll do a unbox video live. Until then, guys, peace.